Everybody, welcome back to Northern Lion Plays Monster Train. Getting our butt kicked, dude. Powered up train stewards, half as much gold. We can do this. I love advanced prototype. I never thought I would say it, but it's true. And honestly, maybe being the melting on this run is really good because there's melting cards that give you gold when units die. Melting units that give you gold when units die. And it's defaults. You know, we don't have to know any new mechanics, which is a shame because I think maybe the new champions are a little bit overpowered, but very interesting. The start of battle, 4 units get summoned randomly on the center floor. It's definitely not bad. But I feel like the higher Covenant ranks you get, like this would be different if we could build a deck that was like a bunch of Consumer of Crowns for sure. But I think it tends to, the higher level Covenants you get to, it tends to be a little bit better to remove buffs, in my opinion. And honestly, I mean, we're gonna try to get you going on a Harvest Moon here. That's not a video game reference, it's a reference to Nick Drake. Okay. Spikes 3. We like it because we will get better harvest triggers as a result. So I'm trying to think about how, because our champ, here's the problem with our champ right now. They're very strong, but definitely like this. They're very strong, but well, they're very tanky, but they're not very strong, I guess is what I should be saying. We need to find a way to get them some more damage associated with this, I think. So you're going to get a hit, hit, hit. That hit will kill you. We can definitely get another... I'm like, dude, I can't keep you alive. I can't quite keep you alive. I can definitely put a draft out here to get a little bit more damage done. We're not getting we're getting one more harvest trigger, but we're not killing any of these guys, which sucks pretty bad. So you're probably taking like you're taking 3 damage because you're hitting them. That makes the most sense, yeah. Okay, we'll get you going up here then, and honestly, might as well put you right there. Now, in terms of regen, I think it is worth trying to get it to go on our champion early, even though we're missing out on, you know, 1/3 of the total regen. Well, actually, we're missing out on 9/15 of the total regen. 40%? No, it's more than 40%. 60%? There we go. So you guys are all dead, which is great news. We definitely, I think we like a train steward up at the front just to tank for you, and then you'll give us a harvest trigger, which is, again, not that incredible, but it's not that bad either. And so far, pretty good early on here. Keep in mind, we start insanely overpowered because of the fact that our train stewards are actually like pretty great units with advanced prototype. Now, what I would love to see is... It's tough. Hold on. Do we have any reforms? No reforms. Votavary works very well on the floor with our champion, but as does a spike tank. And it's weird, but I'm like, a spike tank works super well because they'll slay the units at the back, which will give a harvest trigger to our champion. Right now, those units are getting away scot-free unless we can get like a sweeper or something, which is also very plausible in this deck. But for now, I think a molded to bring back units for more harvest triggers is most important. And because we have multi-strike, I think we can afford a razor sharp edge. It'll fit on any of our train stewards for certain. So we're looking for spike tank or sweeper. We got spike tank. I know, I like the Animus. I like the Animus, don't get me wrong. But I will say that for the time being... Just looking at this, like, maybe you'd be a little bit better. But we're going to reform you so fast, though. We much prefer that. Quick, on the other hand. I mean, it's actually pretty good on a draft. I think we can make a quick draft work really well, especially with reform. I'm just trying to think about whether or not it's better to have the spike tank on the same floor as our champion to get slays at the back, or whether it's better to have a bunch of cheap units. For now, I think it's better to have a bunch of cheap units, but if we could get a little capacity and have the best of both worlds, I'd be over the moon, dude. So I think 2-1, you're putting trash in our deck, obviously. We like this. And we just want as many units to die as possible. So that's a big win for us right there. And then Thorned Hollow, we want you to get real spiky-like up here, and you're just going to block collector access for us. Didn't work, but that's okay. 20 extra damage. We won't be getting any kills out of it. 0, 2, 1. Honestly, I think we just like this just so we get another Slay trigger. And we will not be getting the collector killed. The HP or the armor is really slowing us down here for sure. So we might want to rethink our approach there. So we would like some units to die. You guys are both already dying, which is wonderful news. You need some extra... Yeah, and it worked. It worked. So Votavary... Honestly, why don't you at least give us some extra draw up here? I'd rather do that than have you on the champion. And the Sinner's Purge, I don't care for. I think we want as many spikes as fast as possible. I don't care to play it, I should say. Alright, so we drew another Train Steward. This is actually, like, pretty good. Even though we're doing almost no damage down here. I feel like that, you know, it added like another 100 damage on top. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. We could put another Votavary out there. We don't expect it to do too... Oh, we should have put it... No, because you're dazed anyway. I was going to say we could put a draft out there, but... Doesn't really make any sense, I think. So, we are going to take a little damage. We're going to take like a 2 damage hit on our Pyre or something. I think it's definitely worth it for a unit draft. Although, we have Train Stewards, so we don't necessarily need like superb units or anything. It would still be helpful. Like we could take a bunch of cheap units, honestly, or like a bounty striker, or bounty stalker, whatever. Like even an entombed explosive, I actually think is pretty good if we could get reformed going faster. But for now, I don't think we can. More regen is still insanely good for our spike tank, which is insanely good in and of itself. And now I know what you're thinking. I mean, Legion of Wax is just awesome. But I do also have to say that I think we've been a little bit too heavy on Legion of Wax so far. I kind of like the idea of taking this sweeper this time, just to mix it up. We probably shouldn't be mixing it up when we're losing a lot. The end. But we're going to do it anyway. Purge a unit, get an upgraded version later. I will, actually. I'm going to purge my... I'm going to purge one of these Train Stewards for now. We'll probably remove Train Stewards at some point. But purging this and having it come back, it'll probably be pretty great when it comes back. Maybe it'll get endless or something like that. Cheaper spells or extra magical power. I gotta be honest. Restore 12 is actually somewhat tempting. So the problem that I have right now is that our... Oh, you applied Dazed on strike. Our sweeper is not going to be that good because they have no HP. But that's what Reform is kind of built around. Some of these guys lost their buffs. Okay, I have to think about this. Because, like, we really, really want as many Harvest triggers here as possible. The draft will get 2 kills and also block a hit. But maybe it makes more sense to also... Because you're going to burn out in 1 turn. Put a Train Steward behind. Then we're getting 20 HP. All but 1 unit is dying. This is some good stuff. So we want the sweeper out here. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen, right? We'll put a drag at the front to give us some harvest triggers. You need HP, which we do not have yet. We'll put the sweeper... Honestly, it actually makes... Oh, it doesn't fit. Okay. We'll put the sweeper up here. It's kind of trash, and we're actually using it as like the opposite of a tank, but... So I would say right now, capacity is our biggest concern. Capacity is what we're going to try to get going. Oh, we need you to have spikes. That's huge. I feel like if we put a drag at the back... No, we don't get a kill out of it. No fit for you there. Might as well put you at the front then. And we might as well put you at the front as well. Why not? Why not? It blocks the daze, which is important for us. Alright, so now that you have spikes, you're becoming quite potent. We love the votive area at the front. Oh my god, do we love the votive area at the front. You're living, but you're just taking yourself to the top, which is A, very selfish, and B, not going to hurt that bad. But we love a dreg in front here. I know it seems backwards, but it'll stop you from being dazed. Now that I think about it, we don't care if you're dazed. We'd rather get a kill. You're way more important for spikes than daze. Alright, down here, everything's still going real well. It would be nice. It would be nice to do something there. We can with Razor Sharp. But first we want to votive area up at the front, which is doing some amazing work for us. You're stealthed? How are you taking no damage? Oh, because you're going to daze me when you attack. There's not much we can do about that. So we know we like this. That's very big. This will get a kill, which is extremely important. A lot of units coming up a floor, so I do think it makes sense to put a drag up here. Maybe we'll actually put it up there just to block the damage, shield damage. Okay, final wave, a little spicy, but here's the thing. Votivary, great stuff, 240 damage. This is not our quick draft, but it's a draft nonetheless. Maybe, oh, we're so much better off molding. I don't want you to burn out 1. Burnout 2 is not really that much better. Now that I think about it. 30 damage, 30... Okay, well, I mean, you're just... I mean, I was going to say you're strictly better, but you're not because you have quick. Maybe this actually gives us 1 more attack. Plus an extra harvest trigger. And you know what? Then we could play this one as well. 399 damage, pretty good. You guys are dying. That's amazing. Okay. So we're going to make it through this just fine. And we're on the same page. We all think capacity's the play here. I mean, good habit now to not mess with that. Capacity's the play. Formless Child is mighty interesting. Shard Channeler has a certain degree of interest as well. I feel like I'm not drinking from the straw very well. Not making a complete seal on it. Metal Strahd is more rigid. Formless Child gets real good. If we could make it endless, we would. And dude, actually, this synergizes amazingly with a harvest trigger on our champ. Trust me, I understand you. You're the only unit I would consider taking there. I'm just worried because I'm a little unit heavy. Donkey. I'm skipping. You can't stop me from skipping. You can't stop me from skipping this one. And I do think it's the right play, though it'll blow your mind. This is a really tough choice because I want our sweeper to be better, but I think a free relic. This exploding candle dealing 5 AoE damage whenever a unit with burnout dies. It seems really good for keeping our champion like pogging out of his freaking gourd. Which is what we're definitely going the heavy harvest trigger here. Units appear on each floor. I will not. I will not. We gotta play a conservative game to some extent. We gotta keep our pyre strong. So I mean, we love this, right? You come out here. Oh no. Never mind, it's totally fine, because you two are dying. We're getting plus 30. You're not moving up a floor, I'll tell you that much. We'll get this going. That's very good starting here. Very good starting indeed. Alright. Now, Formless Child, super important that we get this going. You don't have burnout. So you gotta work with me on this one, okay? I do want the sweeper out here. I want them to get slay. But we're getting slay from our burnout units regardless. So I really look at this like, hold on. Formless Child comes out. I don't think I want them at the front, though. I think I want a dreg at the front to kill these 2 units first. But then you won't die. You know what? Then I want you to come out here so you burn out faster. Yas. Yas. Now, I did want to play my sweeper, so mission failed. Might as well just put another dreg out here then. Maybe, you know, just... make your champ that much stronger. We missed out on the collector, which is bad, but that guy doesn't even do the guy at the top doesn't even do damage to our pyre, so like I literally do not care. So we have a 49-3 drag. Not exactly what I had in mind at first when I considered how to run this, but mean, there's some obvious plays. That's a big one. Honestly, I think we should just nuke you down. That does mean that you guys are going to get hasted, though. Well, in that case, getting 2 of these going seems relatively sensible. Yeah, I don't know how we're going to do 200 damage to you up at the top. I didn't really... Or 105 damage. I didn't really consider that in advance. I hate haste here. We want a way to... Hold on. Where can we put another train steward for damage purposes? We want a way... Oh, you're going to do so much damage to our pyre, dude. Well, anyway. We wanted a burnout unit to hurt the units at the bottom. I kind of underestimated the strength of those units, for sure. Whatever. We took a little pyre damage. We're going to take a little more as well, but it's not the end of the world. We want to at least do 5 extra damage to you. So that's just to get you to the point where you die in 2 hits to our pyre instead of 3. And then we might as well take some harvest triggers here. And then, I guess it could be worse than that. Not amazing. So we need you to die, which will happen. There you go. Now, I mean, they were both dying, I guess, so we don't have to worry about it. If only I could play regen on our pyre to make up for my mistakes. But dude, our champ at a 45-120 with harvest attached, he's doing some work. He's doing some work there. So Endless actually seems really good. To apply this to really so many different units works well. Formless Child is maybe the easy one. No. Focused growth I gotta think about. I don't think we have the energy base to roll it right now. And I'm pretty pleased with our deck. An upgraded Train Steward that gets extinguished, deal 20 damage to the frontline unit. Not yet. Not yet. Because if you let it simmer a little longer, it'll get even better. I think removal is really nice here. We're not going to be able to afford removal in a lot of circumstances, so the dregs are actually really valuable now. We don't need so many Train Stewards. It's not that they're bad, it's just that we don't need so many. Now, our Sweeper unit actually becoming playable, it'll make you a 3, which will make it so you can't fit with Thorned Hollow. Believe it or not, I think we're better off with that. And we don't really want to waste money. That's funny. I don't know, a large stone draft seems a touch goofy. Large stone Votavary. There, no. Nah. I don't think this is a large stone situation, to be honest with you. To be honest, I'm looking at this and I'm like, Burnout 1 Formless Child is kind of interesting. But it's always going to die on the first turn anyway, so what do we care? I'm actually going to spend a little heavily on one more removal here. I think the 2 Train Stewards that have Advanced Prototype is where we're happy. Remember, we don't do anything with our spells, so go ahead. We need space to play our Sweeper. We took the Sweeper... Pardon me. We took the Sweeper, we've upgraded it a little bit, we haven't done anything with it yet. Needs to get out there. You have a Slay trigger. Well, we're not going to get a kill by putting you down here. Never mind. We like that a lot. Sucks to draw Remnant Pact on turn 1, but it's okay. It's okay. So where does the Sweeper go? I definitely feel like you could put the Sweeper at the back here to get a better chance at Slay triggers. And dude, this is just... I mean, it's a weird play, don't get me wrong. And we're not really getting that much out of it immediately. But it's definitely kind of funny. And also, I think, it's funny and the right play, which makes it even that much funnier. So I want to harvest triggers, but I also want you to get the Slay so that you get stronger. So I don't think we play our Dreg, because if our Dreg will only impact us if it dies immediately. So actually, I think we can play it. You're going to make it to our Pyre, you're going to hit it 3 times. But this guy's getting mighty spiky. I mean, you're going to make it to our Pyre. It's not that much I can do about that. 6, 9, 2, okay. I'm like, what do you want here? I think you definitely want Votivary 1 back and Formless Child 1 up. That way we get tons of harvest triggers here. I don't know, man. We gotta find a way to do some serious damage. For now, this is like heavy mission failed territory. I think we stack up super well against bosses, just like absolutely terribly in advance of that. I want you to burn out, give us a harvest trigger. Maybe we can bring you back right after. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Have I mentioned that yet? I don't know, man. We don't really want you to get a Slay trigger if possible. You get Rage. Yeah, okay, you know what? No, we're not playing it. Pyre, live. Survive. Survive. 576. We would freaking love for you to die, dude. It would be so... You have Sweep? That's alright, it's a harvest trigger. It works. We don't want you to make it up a floor. I'm like, what if I apply some regen to you? 732? I don't think we're gonna get another 60 damage out of it, unfortunately. So our Pyre's gonna take another 12 damage? We did turn on the challenge here, but that's not really our problem. What is our problem? I don't know. What's your problem? My problem right now is we got 4 Pyre health. That seems pretty terrible. No, I know what our problem is. We desperately need more damage, which really makes it look bad because we really should have just taken the... I think we need more draw. We really needed a stronger unit. This Train Steward's kind of interesting. We should have taken the Animus. I'm willing to admit that now. Like letting the Animus pass is gonna get us in a lot of heat, a lot of trouble there. So we only have 24 Pyre health. I would say this lowers our chances of success. But if we could get Remnant Pack coming back around, you know what? A 22 HP restore. Oh baby. It's gonna have to go pretty quick here. So you summon Blinding, which is when we incant, you make all our spells more expensive, which is horrible. When we summon a unit, you apply Dazed 1 to all of our units. That's very dangerous. I think we have to play around it, but at the same time, we got to get our units out there as soon as possible in order to actually do some damage. I mean, we know what we like. Then here, 222. I have to take the days. It is what it is. I have to take the days. We need that unit out there. We can't afford for it to whip back around. If I incant on this floor... I see. I see. Now, you know what? I honestly think we messed up. I think we don't want our sweeper on this floor. I think we want cheap units on this floor. And now, oh my god. Pog City, dude. Now, definitely want you up here. Even though you're not going to get that many Slay triggers on these guys because of the spikes. You know, there's more where that came from. And I'm like, do we want a draft to come back every turn? Or a drag? Because we can play this constantly. So we just made every spell in our hand cost more, but that's okay because it's just a crappy restore anyway. We want the dregs to come back. The reason we want the dregs to come back is because that's 5 free damage every single time. Now, you can't rally on this floor. Fair enough. What we can do is get this going. You have an incant trigger? No problem. Actually, no problem. Actually, no problem. You have the rally. We'll summon up. Okay, we gotta find a way to really hurt this guy, but we can't incant. So I think we just have to kind of let you go. We can Votivary up here, but we don't have to. We can incant on you. I think it's worth incanting on you. Votivary just to take the hit. You're taking 20. You're going to hit twice. We can live with it. The drag, we still want you. You know what? We probably want another one, honestly. I don't think we want another incant. I think we can at least get this going. Okay. Dude, I'm just saying, I'm not saying it's a guarantee, but I think there's a chance. It's all about minimizing the damage at the upper end here. So you're dead. That's exactly what we want to see. We also want units up here to die faster. How are we going to do that? We need more damage output, like desperately. Can't fit a train steward. What we can do is fit this train steward at the front, and then if they kill him next turn, he will do 50 extra damage, which is pretty sick. No incant triggers down here. You have a rally trigger, which will daze our units, which is horrible. However, we also need you to get out there. That's okay. So this, we need units to take damage and die. I think we're probably toasted, but I'm really giving it my all. You're living, which is, it can't be done. We need you to die, which is really what I was hoping for here. To not have that happen is real bad. 10 damage, 60. If I could get you to the point where you're only hitting the pyre. If you're only hitting the pyre twice, we can still make it. You have a harvest trigger for armor. I still think we need this. We're screwed, aren't we? You're like, yeah. We actually don't want to play Votavary because we need you to take damage and die next turn. I mean, we could play it down here. It's not really... Oh, but would you have a rally? You have an incant. Okay. Well, you know what? Get going here. We're screwed again. I really shouldn't have... I have too many meme units in this deck and not enough of the solid stuff that we know and love. That's the sauce right now. Yeah, there's nothing I can really do. Honestly, we want you to die, but you're gonna make it. We have to just send this one. Yikes, brother. It's been a hard time. For now, though, thanks for watching. These challenges are really sticking it to me. If you enjoyed it, click the like button. I welcome your tips. Thanks for watching. Hey, maybe don't besmirch Legion of Wax. I just want to get a win without requiring it, but maybe that's not feasible. For now, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. See ya!